just going to run you through a little bit of the tackle that we bring with us when we come to the river mainly. Will be a little bit different next week hopefully, because we will be fishing a deep reservoir that hopefully will require some bigger tackle for some bigger fish. But in general, make sure always bring decent sized landing net. This is the SPRO Freestyle. And it's got a 2.4 metre extendable handle, so you can fish anywhere, urban areas, high banks, anything like that. And that does flip over to fold up as well, so it's nice and easy to carry. Onto the rods. Today I've just got one rod with me, but it's the Akuma Psycho Perch Spin. This one's 3 to 18 grams, and I've got the 7 to 24 as well. I must say, since buying this, I've been really impressed. Really good backbone to the rod and a nice soft tip for feeling those little bites for when the perch are being really finicky. At the moment on that, I've got a leader of about a foot and a half maybe. I don't fish with long leaders, don't really see the need to. I like having my nice thin braid to cut through the water as much as possible. Today I'm fishing 8-pound braid straight through, and then to the I've got a uni knot and a 25-pound leader because there's a lot of pike in this area. On the end of there, just have a little snap link and a 5-gram cheb weight, which is tungsten. Tend to like fishing tungsten because it does fall through the water quicker, and you can use a smaller weight because of it. At the moment I've got a gonks, 9cm gonks on there. In silverfish, and that's rigged weedless just because there's a lot of snags. So on from that, and just the 1000 size, Shimano FX reel. On from that is what we carry in the bag. So I have a shoulder bag that just means that I can be mobile, carry everything that I need. I've got a little landing net that also has a measure on it, just attached to a quick link. I've got my braid pliers and split ring pliers. I've got sunglasses in there, not that I'm going to need them today. Again, another day fishing in the rain, horrible. Got my pike pliers and a pair of needle nose pliers if we need them. In the chest strap, I've got little Barkley weigh-in scales just in case, for those days that we hope to catch the big ones. And then in the main compartment, I've got all my sort of packaged up little bits and pieces. So I've got a packet of gonks there, got some little creature baits, some more gonks in some different colours. Some Westin Creekors, which are one of my favourite lures. They do really well, especially when the water's dark. Keep plenty of Texas weights in there as well. Big fan of Texas rig, especially when it's snaggy. Just some cheap sort of Chinese lures, just little paddle tails. I don't think you always have to go branded to catch fish. The fish don't know who makes them, is the way I see it. If they work, they work. So yeah, I've got some nice cheap lures in there, as well as some of the good stuff. I've got some Keytech Crazy Spiders, I think they're really good. And I've actually got some really cheap fladden baits, I don't know if you can see them. They're like little swing balls. They're not floating or anything like that, but they're so small that sometimes when the fish are being really finicky and you might want to pull out a couple of wasps because you haven't had a bite all day, these can be really good, especially in clear water. Got some UV creature baits from Fox. I've got them in silverfish and the UV, I'm not too sure what colour that is, but it's like chartreuse. Always keep my hooks in here as well. Really like the Gamakatsu worm hooks for the weedless stuff. Got them in 2.0 and 3.0, and I've got some skirted jigs as well, which I'll find for you. So I've got the Z-Man Shrooms skirted jigs, which falling out of the packet. So these can be really good on a Ned rig with a stick bait. Just gives it a little bit more of a sort of larger profile and also a little bit more attraction. Put that back quickly. So yeah, got some again Z-Man, the finesse shrooms. Got these in multiple different sizes and weights depending on the flow of the river and where we want to fish and the depth. Got some Ned curl worms, again really good, but generally for targeting the bigger fish because they are quite a big bait. I think they're 12 centimetres. Yeah, 12 centimetres. That's the clear pack, so it comes with natural colours. So these packs that I keep in here, I tend to alter this section depending on where I'm fishing. So this bit I fish all the time. I know that I don't need much because you tend to catch all the same things each time here. So at the moment that's fairly empty in there, but I do also keep a collection of sort of bits that I know work. So these are the bits that I keep to hand in boxes basically. So just for the terminal tackle side, they're my snap links. Got them on all different sizes, going from small to larger. Tend to stick to the smallest one possible unless I'm pike fishing. So they stay in the little front compartment here. And then I've got what is basically a little Ned kit box. I keep all of my floating lures in here. So I've got things like the Corums, Reggies, the Z-Man TRD bugs, and at the moment I've got the Westin ring craw, I think it's called. That's quite a big bait again. So yeah, again that one tends to be for the bigger fish in deeper areas. And got another Corum squirms. They do really well around here as well. But all of this stuff is stuff that you need to be kept separate because it will melt with any other soft plastics. So that's one little box that I keep to hand, just because it's nice and quick and easy to get to. Sorry, that's the other one that I keep in there. So that's again the Ned stick bait. That is a Corum one. I think it's the Squirms or Squirlies, one of the two, and that's on the Z-Man mushroom head with the skirted jig. So that's my sort of Ned rig box, and then onto this little box. So in here we've got just generic baits really. I've got a few cheb heads, a couple of Texas weights, just things that I want quick and easy to hand. Classics like the spikies, Fox Rage spiky shads. Got them in a few different colours. I've got a couple of slick shads as well. A Zander Pro with a bit of a bigger profile. Got the Fox Rage critters in here. We've got some Westins, just for some of the slightly bigger baits if we know that there's bigger fish around or if they're feeding on bigger bait fish. And I've got a few sort of bigger lures in there for any pike that are about. Generally on this area river I won't be using them. It's not deep enough and not fast flowing enough to use the bigger heavier baits. And even the pike in here, I've had pike up to about 16 pound on really small little finesse lures, so don't really need the bigger stuff around it. I've got a little, I've got a hook in my finger is what I've got. Got a couple of little baits, hard baits, so I've got a crankbait, a spinner and a little slider. Don't tend to use them, but sometimes the conditions sort of mean that you have to make sure that you're getting bites. Some other stuff I've got in here is the Barkley Real Roach imitation. So if they're being really finicky or the water's really clear, things like that can really make a difference on the day. Got some really small stuff in here as well. If there's no bait fish around but you think there's perch around, I quite often use these little tiny, like I guess they're insect imitations, but they're shaped like little crayfish. So we've got a couple of little appendages on there that do swim actually, but I tend to just sort of drag these along the bottom really slowly. Sometimes they can pick you up a bite when you're really struggling. And yeah, that's it for today with how far my lure box goes. But I tend to, in the van, I keep sort of every packet of everything that I've got, and on the day when I get there, if it's a new venue, I'll put basically one of everything in my bag, so it'll be absolutely packed and I can't find anything, can't get to it. But I know it's all there, and if I really think something specific is going to work, then that's what I use that day. Or at least try and use for half hour or so. I do like using a bait for a while, especially on a river, because the fish do move up and down, they're not always staying in the same spots. So the other thing that I've missed out that's in the front of this bag is if I fish any crankbaits, I will use wire, and I've got some knottable wire. This one's from, it's called Bleeding Leader wire from American Fishing Wire. It's a £15 test, but it is very thin. It is in red, so it's meant to disappear when it's under the water, and also it is very strong, and you can put a knot in it without damaging it. It does have almost like a silicone coating, so it grips well on the knots. So I keep that in there in case I put any crankbaits on or purposely are pike fishing. For this area here, like I said, I've got £25 fluorocarbon, because it does tend to manage with the pike. It's a nice tough one. This one is from SF Sunshine Fishing. I can't imagine that's a particularly well-known brand, but I have found it to be very strong, purely because I've used this for my bass fishing in the summer. That's how I managed to get hold of that one. And then if there's not many pike about and we're really struggling to get bites and we want to downsize a little bit, this is the leader that I use for the perch. It's called Sick Fluorocarbon. It's from Barclay. This one is 2.8 kilo breaking strand, which I think is about 6 or 8 pound. Very thin, completely disappears in the water. So if they're being really finicky, I use that. But like I say here today, with the amount of pike that are generally in there, I won't use that just because you will get bitten off pretty easily. So that is a general overview of all of the tackle that I'm using today. Like I say, next week when we're at the reservoir where it's a bit deeper, probably a little bit different tactics because we'll be fishing out of a boat as well. I'll go through some of the stuff that we're using that day as well. Alright, hopefully we go and catch some fish now. So that's the end of the session. Yeah, not a very nice day, not very good fishing, and it's a Sunday and now I'm on my way to work, so not the best start to the day, not the best Sunday. However, I'm hoping that the little bit of like tackle talk stuff is helpful to everyone. Any sort of hints and tips that you guys think helps your perch fishing especially. Obviously I don't only do perch fishing, I will do stuff for pike and chub and whatever's biting really, but in the summer as well, as we start getting to end of spring, sort of early summer, we'll be doing a lot more bass fishing, so I'll do a little bit more tackle sort of talk around the bass fishing side of things. But yeah, at the moment, perch fishing is what sort of got me hooked, and really want to like press on with that, and I want to find a few really decent fish before the river season's over, and then that will bring us perfectly into bass season. But yeah, hopefully the tips and sort of stuff that I carry with me is interesting for you lot, and hopefully helps you out. And then yeah, we'll on the next video hopefully we'll have some fish for you. Sorry we didn't get any today, but yeah, I mean the conditions, wasn't really expecting too much, just really wanted to get out, didn't want to do a tackle talk video sitting indoors, it's a bit boring, isn't it?
So yeah, anything that you guys want to see in the next sort of videos coming up, just let us know, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.